Hello, Luis. Yes, thanks for this opportunity of telling you and telling to our audience what is going on in Venezuela. Well, the voting day is moving on. It's past the half of the day, it's past midday. So people already came to vote early, mainly the elderly and the others with some liabilities and mobility liabilities actually. So now people is also coming because the heat is very, very strong, is it's excruciating also, and the people is coming now that the sun is going down and the temperatures are more controlled. But let's go to what matters here. Venezuela is electing 24 governors, and the Guayana Esequiba state is also electing theirs. So that's a big achievement. That's really, really a big accomplishment of the Bolivarian Revolution. And let's say why. First of all, let's recall that Venezuela went to the polls first in 2023, in December 2023, to ask the people in a referendum if they wanted to defend the Guayana Esequiba state, because Guyana was going before the ICJ to demand the property of the Guayana Esequiba, because that was a claiming territory or underclaimed territory that Venezuela has historical rights on it, and Guyana has de facto rights over the region. So Venezuela went to the polls to defend the territory, and afterwards, 3 months later, on March 2024, the National Assembly sanctioned the Guayana Esequiba Organic Law, Integral Law, which means that the Guayana Esequiba now has the condition or the status of being a state. So the Venezuelan government said that it's paramount to establish there the structures for the governance. That's to say, the deputies to the National Assembly, the deputies to the legislative councils, which is the regional body of legislation, and also the governor of the Guayana Esequiba. Let's also recall that the candidate of the Great Patriotic Poll, Neil Villamizar, was doing campaigning activities there, and he was having these activities and these forums with the locals, and they were saying that they have these living conditions that are mainly not sustainable and not good, and they face oblivion by the Guyanese government. Now that the Guyana Esequiba is going to have a candidate and now a governor tomorrow morning, it is that is the end of a bigger process, and it starts also a new process of governance of Venezuela in the Guayana Esequiba region. Also, it's paramount to say that the president of Venezuela was offering statements just a while ago, and he was saying that people in the Guayana Esequiba, despite the threats from the Guyanese government and the threats from the United Kingdom, the European Union, the Canadian government, also the United States and the Southern Command, now the people in the Guayana Esequiba was going to vote and was exercising the right to vote despite all of these threats. And also because now that is jurisdiction of the government of Venezuela, they have the capacity to go in defense of the people of the Guayana Esequiba in peace and also in lawful manners. It is also paramount to say that people is still voting here in Venezuela, and now I'm in Guaycamacuto, one of the many parishes of La Guaira, which is, as I was telling, the coastal state of Venezuela that goes to the Caribbean Sea, and also it has a southern border with Caracas, the capital city of Venezuela. This is a fisherman state. This is a tourism state. So those are the main activities. And the governor of the state, Alejandro Terán, he's going for the re-election. He's running to be re-elected in this polls today. Also, people is referring that this is a very expedite, a very fast, a very easy process to do, because the machines are well prepared, and also because they have the training, because Venezuela has been holding 32 elections, counting this one, since the 26 years or along the 26 years of the Bolivarian Revolution. And also because on May 11th they had the first exercise ahead of the voting, so they had this way to prepare themselves to, to do these kind of performances prior to the actual election that is going on today. So that is the information. Also, other authorities like Jorge Rodriguez, the first vice president of the National Assembly, and the vice president of the nation and Minister of Oil, Delcy Rodriguez, both of them were stating that this is a paramount election, not only because of the outcome and the results, which is very important also, but also because people is still defending democracy, they're still exercising the rights, and that shows that people are still believing in the Venezuelan institutions, despite the media lies regarding Venezuela and despite the sanctions, the blockades, and the attacks from foreign countries and Western countries. So this is, moreover, the information so far. If you want to ask something, Luis?
Yes, Gladys. Of course, I know you've been talking with the people that have come in to vote in these different polling stations. And what do they see happening in the country tomorrow? How do they see the country moving forward following this election and once the officials that were elected are announced?
Well, people in La Guaira, most of them are stating that they want, first of all, they want peace. They want the opportunity to, go with their normal lives, with their normal activities, everyday activities, without confrontations, without violence. They are saying that they don't want more polarization, and that's to say because the extreme far right not only were attacking this election and calling for abstention and for low turnout, they were also saying that this election is not for the Venezuelan people, that is for the government, which is a lie. And also the extreme far right were issuing backstage huge terrorist plans, and those plans were dismantled by the National Armed Forces, the Bolivarian Armed Forces, and also by the Minister of Interior and Justice, Diosdado Cabello. So people is going here in peace, they want peace, and those are one of the main reasons they are voting today. They also say that one of the crucial things that they are feeling and thinking about is the economy. And they see that the government has this plan of governance that is the 7T or the 7 transformations, and they are doing everything in their capacity to enhance entrepreneurships, to enhance also national economy, the production of food and nutritious elements. And they are saying that they want that. They want to go into prosperity. They don't want more policies that go to enhance violence. They want peace and they want tranquility and calm. So those are the feelings, those are the ideas, those are the reasons behind every vote here in La Guaira and in all Venezuela. Back to you, Luis.
Thank you, Gladys, for your input. As always, we're going to stay in touch for our upcoming news brief to continue to have more updates. For now, let's continue.